Hello guys, and now we are going to look at a game played between Steinitz and von Ben in Hastings 1895, and this game is a Giuoco piano game, and this game has been judged as the immortal game of Steinitz. So the game goes e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, bishop c5, and c3, knight f6, d4, e takes d4. Now c takes d4, bishop b4 check, and knight c3, d5, and e takes d5, and knight takes d5, and castle shot, bishop to e6, and bishop g5, and bishop e7. Remember guys, the white player is Steinitz, and bishop takes d5, bishop takes d5, and now knight takes d5. If at all white takes the bishop on e7, then knight takes e7, then rook to e1, and then castle shot, then rook takes e7, and queen takes e7, and now knight takes d5. But Steinitz took the bishop on d5 with his knight, and now after queen takes d5, that is bishop takes e7, knight takes e7, and rook e1. If at all king takes e7, then rook to c1, then rook h to e8, then rook to c5, then queen to d6, then queen to c1. Or even queen to c2 can be played. So after knight takes e7, there is rook e1, there is f6, and queen e2, and queen to d7. And if queen to d6, then queen to b5 check, then queen c6, now queen to b4, queen d6, queen takes b7. So queen goes to d7, and then rook ac1, and then c6, now d5, c takes d5, now knight d4, king to f7, knight to e6, rook hc8. And if at all rook ac8 is played, then queen to g4, if knight c6 is played, then knight to c5, then queen to c8, then queen to b5, then rook b8, knight to a6, and rook a8, queen takes d5 check, king g6, knight to c5, now rook to d8, and then queen e4 check, f5, queen to h4. So after rook hc8, queen to g4, now g6, knight g5 check, and then king to e8, rook takes e7, king f8. If at all queen takes e7, then rook takes c8 is coming. After the exchange, black is losing. So if at all king takes it, then rook e1 check is coming. After king d6, then there is queen b4 check. After rook to c5, there is knight e4 check. So after king to f8, now rook f7 check, and then after king g8, there is rook g7 check, so the queen cannot take the rook, and then after king to h8, there is rook takes h7 check. Now after king to g8, there is rook g7 check, king to h8, There is queen h4 check, and king takes g7, queen h7 check, king f8, and then queen h8 check, king e7, queen g7 check, king to e8, queen g8 check, king e7, queen f7 check, king to d8, queen f8 check, queen to e8, knight f7 check, king to d7, and then queen d6 mate. So I think this is a very beautiful game, and the variations are quite very nice and tactical. So this is one of the immortal game of Steinitz. So I'll be meeting you in the next game. Thank you all.